What is going on, everyone? I am Michonne, and welcome back to The Walking Dead Michonne by Telltale, where it's been like a week. I think we're going out to track down a kid. I don't really remember.
Do you have children?
A
son?
Not. Yeah,
a daughter?
I do. 2 little girls.
I guess let's hope that they're still out there. There was no "I used to" option, I suppose.
It snowed the day my wife died. Her heart gave out. Sam found her. She passed in her sleep.
I thought she committed suicide.
So the boys wouldn't have to see her like that. The snow, it covered her grave. Erased it. Like she'd never been there at all.
I'm not going to tell him. So the talk option confirms he's definitely lying.
I've tried to focus on our kids.
Or doesn't know.
Past, it always seems to find you. Ever since Sophia, I've tried to keep our family from harm.
I assume that's the mom?
We're falling apart, piece by piece. And now that Sam's hurt, and Greg's, I could really use your help. Your friend Pete told me all about Norma, about what happened. If she finds us, we wouldn't stand a chance. But you seem like someone who can hold their own.
Sam said you could help me. If you do that, I'll give you guys a hand.
Anything, whatever you need. Children shouldn't have to see this.
Is he just gonna chuck it over the fence or what?
He never turned into one of these things, did he? Or those, whatever they are.
He's at peace now.
Thank God.
I lied to him, kind of. I sort of evaded the question. Yeah, just go back inside, Pete.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it together. But what if you just found out your daughters were dead?
Yeah, fuck with that.
And you weren't there. You were miles away, safe and sound. How would you feel?
I'm just gonna stay silent.
You'd feel like you failed them.
Oh, fucking what? I guess the group found us.
Peekaboo.
So much for him remembering that. Well, I just got him killed. He seemed like a nice dude, too.
Got it trapped like a rat now. Find her!
Fuck this guy. Randall, I think his name was. No good ever comes out of people named Randall. Yeah, just go back inside. So, I have a cursor. I can check right. I'm getting, see. Attack? That seems like a stupid idea. I can attack her.
I'll take the one near the garden.
Okay, so there's 2 of them, so I guess he's gonna get the other one. Well, that's not gonna be necessary anyway. What? Jesus, oh God! Go for the head, dude! Yeah, you ain't firing that flare. We got a match Q. Oh God! That is the most fucked up shit I've seen in these games yet. So that's going to alert people. Why didn't you just go for the head in the first place? Okay, so she, whatever her name was, she's fighting with her. Okay. Please just kill Randall. Yeah, he knocks my sword away, but he keeps his gun. Yeah, just hold him there and I'll go back for the sword and put it through his face. Well, so why are we doing this melee? Instead of stabbing him in the face? Well, I'm going kind of dizzy, it looks like. Did he break my arm or what? So there's a radio, that'll probably be important. Do it until he's dead. After what he did to that guy.
Lock him in.
What? Why are we doing that? Oh, okay, this is a little excessive. We just broke the shit out of his hands.
Not dead yet. You?
No, he fucked up my shoulder. So yeah, he just completely broke my arm. It looks like. Oh, I have to go right. It looks like. Oh, I dislocated it. Okay, we had to do a quick time event to dislocate it, to relocate my shoulder. And it wasn't exactly clear which direction it wanted me to push the second time. So yeah, you just killed their father.
Oh, shit. You must be pretty proud of yourself, huh?
We'll bet that you're...
yourself a golden goose. You think I'm shitting any eggs? Forget it.
Don't make this harder than it needs to be.
No, why would I do a thing like that?
We're going to stab you in the face at the end of this, no matter what. It's how much torture we're going to do beforehand. What are we going to do with the radio? There.
How'd you find the house?
You know, I probably never would have. Except you left a trail of walker parts right to the front gate. Like some fucked up fairy tale.
Randall? Randall, are you getting this?
You, wanna get that for me?
We heard gunshots. If you don't check in, I'm sending everyone in that direction.
Shit. She sounds pissed.
Randall, pick up, goddammit.
You gonna answer?
Talk to her, Michonne. Don't make the same mistake again.
Where the hell are you?
Yeah!
Randall!
Tell her my hands are iced up.
You heard her. Randall needs to check in.
You
So,
know,
we'll...
this feels mighty familiar. Except you're there.
So,
And I'm here.
you're going to say everything's fine, or we kill
What do
you,
you
I
want me to
guess.
say to her? On account of me hoping to avoid more broken fingers. Your wish is my command.
Like she said, check in. Let her know you're fine.
Yeah, I got it.
He's not going to say that.
Hey,
Okay.
Mama.
Randall, are you alright?
Yeah, everything's fine.
I released it after that.
I wasn't finished yet. I was doing what you said, Michonne.
You said all you needed to. Nice try.
Randall? I lost you. What were you saying?
You're a clever girl, huh? Normal will know something's wrong soon enough. And if I can find you, she'll find you.
So we'll leave. You'll be dead. We'll leave your body here, and we'll be gone.
You and me together. It's been real nice. But that all ends when my sister gets here. I'm gonna take that wrench and break your skull. Then Sam's and yours. And last but not least, those kitties too.
How about we just kill him now?
I saw their little heads in the window.
Yeah, why are you getting hallucinations now? Yeah, I'm killing him if it gives me an option.
You know, their skulls don't break so much as kind of melt. Guess I hit a button.
Michonne,
Yeah, get the kids out.
Don't you two look like your daddy? Back when he still had a face.
what?
Yeah,
Hey,
big hole there now.
yeah, have the lady with the gun, I forget her name, and just stab him with that bayonet.
Michonne, is that true?
Let's see.
Please tell me he's fucking with us.
There was nothing I could do, Sam.
No. 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 James.
Can't remember any of these kids'
Oh my God.
names.
Then why isn't this son of a bitch dead?
That's what because the game hasn't given me an option yet.
Michonne's just been fumbling around like a bear cub fucking a football.
He keeps opening his mouth. He'll be dead soon.
We should do it right fucking now.
I kind of agree.
All she wants is her brother back. That's it. We're out of the equation.
You need to kill him, or I will. Sam, wait!
No matter what I say, you're just gonna do whatever you want anyway.
It's true.
I know
She
you
might
already-
call things off if we give him back. But she's probably a psychopath too and won't honor the deal.
Well, ain't I the belle of the ball? Well, maybe that's you. Because when this dance is over, you're fucked.
Why don't we just leave?
And Norma hunts you down until you're all dead. Fucked! Let me live, and I do even worse. Fucked. But we both know how this is gonna end, Michonne. You like killing. And you'd like killing me, wouldn't you? Just tell old Randall the truth. I got thick skin.
You're right about that.
Feels good to get that out in the open, don't it? Well, maybe you think you can rise above all that.
Yeah, with all the people you killed,
But there ain't no heaven up there, honey.
the only reason you're alive is as a potential bargaining chip.
There's only this shit every day until you die. Then you know what's the fucking kicker? You get up and keep walking. Now that's some biblical shit, ain't it?
Gonna be silent.
This is the world your kids are dying in, Michonne.
What the fuck?
Or died in. Or are in that fucking purgatory.
Shut up. Don't talk about that.
Either way, they're suffering. And
So do we kill?
isn't there.
Do we have the potential to kill the double? Okay, he's back to
We
him.
all have our demons, honey. Some are on the inside. Some are sitting right in front of us.
You know what?
What
I'm gonna let the game do whatever it
brings a
wants.
child into this mess of a world? Ain't no blue skies for them anymore.
I don't want to leave the wrench with him. least remove the wrench from near him.
Guess
Maybe I can, like, cut his hands off or something?
this is over. Oh well. Norma will be here soon. Your funeral.
And my alarm's going off in the other room. God damn it. I'll have to pause once the load screen's over and turn it off. It's probably been going on for the last 5 minutes, but I couldn't hear it over the game. Next time... Oh, so the episode's over, it looks like. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pause and go turn it off, and we'll come see you the next time on in a second. Alright, I'm back. So we got the preview.
Low places.
So we're burying
Your
someone.
thoughts for company. And those can be mean. Nasty. You want to believe all lives and all deaths have a purpose.
So Norma gets here and tries to shoot us anyway. I figured.
It's true. Things always fall apart. But we're the ones who bring
And they burn the house. Yeah, I kind of figured that all might happen. So I have my choices. Did I keep Pete with me or let him go off on his own? Me and 82% stop Pete. Did I pick up the phone or go after the footsteps in the hallway? 73% picked up the phone. See, did you reveal to Paige that you nearly committed suicide? Me and 42.7% tried to offer some good advice. I think that's no? I don't even remember who Paige was. How did you handle the radio call from Norma? Me and 59% made Randall speak to her. What did you do to Randall? Me and 47% showed him mercy. So that was about 50-50 on that one. So I guess, let's see, we can refresh. I don't think it's going to change much. It's exactly the same. So let's continue, I guess. So we've got the credits. I suppose I can discuss the episode on top of it. So the episode we watched this time was Season 6, Episode 10, The Next World. It appears there's been a time skip of some kind. The wiki says 2 months. That was not made clear in the episode itself. Rick and Michonne are a thing now, apparently. I guess now that Jesse's out of the way, which is good. I like Rick and Michonne together. Let's see, what's her face? Judith is now a toddler playing with toddler toys, and maybe she'll start speaking soon. Who knows? This is a supply run episode. We have Rick and Daryl going off on a supply run, and they get requests from various residents of the town. Michonne requests toothpaste. Denise asks for soda to surprise Tara, because I guess they're a couple now too, which more lesbians is always great. Let's see, and Eugene decides to have them look for sorghum, a criminally underrated grain. So Rick and Daryl run off to go on their supply run, and they're like, we haven't found anything in weeks, but law of averages, we will find something soon. They also discuss whether or not they are in favor of bringing new people in. Rick wants to, Daryl doesn't. So we're on the main menu now, and we've got the girls. It's called What We Deserve. I wonder if we'll actually find them, or if they're just off in the wind. So Michonne's, the TV show Michonne is standing guard in Alexandria, back there. And she notices Spencer walking into the woods with a shovel and goes after him. Maggie finds Enid reading a book and is like, hey, you should pitch in and not just sit on your ass reading, doing nothing. I mean, you saved me, from the guard tower. You helped save Glenn, So, stop being so lazy, basically, is the gist of it. So Rick and Daryl spot a barn. We go back to their perspective. They spot a barn with sorghum on the side, and they got a truck in it that's filled with a bunch of food. It's not like just grain. It looks like it's a carrier truck that carries all kinds of different food. They're like, okay, well, we'll leave the car here and take the truck instead. And they were going to come back for the car later. So they stop at a gas station to scavenge for some supplies. I thought maybe they actually needed gas, even though there's probably not any gas in the gas stations anymore. But Daryl finds a vending machine, and they make great effort to tip it over and get it hooked up to the trailer. Rick is wondering why the hell he's doing that, and Daryl says there's soda in it that Denise requested. And then a masked dude runs up to them, and I thought this guy was going to be with Negan at first, and technically we don't know if he is yet. So he runs up to them, and he's, Rick and Daryl pull their guns on him, and he says his name is Paul Rovia, although people call him Jesus, because he does kind of look like Jesus due to the beard. He takes his mask off, and he's like, I'm just running away from walkers, don't want me, I'll just keep running. And, Rick wants to bring him in, and he's like, he starts asking the questions, but, Daryl is like, nah, not this dude. And they decide to just let him go. And then they hear gunshots behind the gas station, but it's just firecrackers in a trash can. And then they run back around the side, and Jesus is driving away with the truck and the vending machine dragging along behind it. So they have been bamboozled. The perspective then cuts to Spencer. He's trying to draw a walker out of a bush, and Michonne kills it, and she's like, why the hell are you here? And he's like, I've been taking walks after my shifts. Also, Spencer, the wiki doesn't mention this. Spencer is like, why the hell are you killing the walker? Do you think I couldn't have handled it? So, anyway, he's off in the woods with a shovel. Then we cut to Carl and Enid in a different part of the woods, and they're reading comic books. And they're like, why do we keep coming here? And it's like, because we're kids. And then Enid's like, we're not kids, we're grown-ups now. So when we go back to the road. Rick and Daryl are running after the truck. And I don't know how they managed it. How the hell two people on foot managed to keep up with the truck. It appears that Jesus stopped to get rid of the vending machine. I guess it was slowing him down. And they find it, and Daryl shatters the case and gets orange sodas and stuff them in his bag. Because, Rick, is like, okay, it's for Denise. So they go back to discussing whether they should bring more people. And again, Rick wants to, and Daryl's like, should we bring people like this guy? And he's like, no, fuck this guy. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. How many times have they actually said fuck on the show? I mean, I know it was TV-14 for like 3 seasons, but it's been bumped to MA because of the gore, but they still tried to keep the swearing down low. So we cut back to apparently there's still mud tracks that they are able to keep track with the truck with. I still don't know how they managed to catch up to it. They do eventually manage to catch up to it. It cuts back to Carl and Enid, and they notice Spencer and Michonne. And they see a walker, and Carl tries to trot toward him and stops her from killing it. And it's very it's obvious. I'm kind of just reading the wiki now, but I'm popping in with my thoughts later on. It's obviously once he sees the identity of the walker, his tone kind of changes. It's obvious that they're trying to hide the face with the camera framing. At this point, we do see who it is later. So somehow Rick and Daryl catch up with Jesus, and they hold him at gunpoint, and they tie him up and leave him on the side of the road. And they're like, yeah, we'll leave the knots loose so that you can get free, but, you know, tight enough that we'll be long gone by the time that happens. So, they, again, it cuts to them driving across a field later, and again, somehow, Jesus manages to catch up to them, and he's on the freaking roof. Rick, slams on the brakes and sends him, tumbling to the ground. And also, there's walkers nearby, so they get out to try to deal with Jesus, and there's walkers, and Jesus and Daryl struggle inside the truck, and Jesus accidentally knocks it into neutral, and it rolls into a pond and sinks. And they're like, well, shit, that was a lot of food, and now no one is getting it. They also, the wiki doesn't mention this, but during the scene at the gas station, both Jesus and Daryl and Rick had asked the other if they had a camp. Well, Jesus said that he had a camp, and when he asked Rick and Daryl if they did, they lied. So I don't know if maybe they're going to merge at some point. Maybe Alexandria falls and they end up going to Jesus' camp. So anyway, so now they're wondering, and all three of them are looking over the truck being like, well, shit, we just lost all that food. And Rick points out that they're not going to abandon him because technically he saved Daryl from a walker, which is really stupid reasoning. He wouldn't have needed to save him if he hadn't, pulled that shit in the first place. Let's see, what was I going to say? They drive home in a farm truck. That, they're on a farm, and there was a pickup truck, and they drive that home. So then we cut back to Michonne and Spencer, and they see Carl leave the walker behind, and Spencer pulls his knife out, and we finally get to see who it is, along with Michonne and Spencer, and it's Deanna, who somehow, despite 2 months passing, and her, spent her last moments shooting at a horde of walkers through a door, who presumably would have then eaten her, she somehow looks basically normal with a bit of makeup thrown on, instead of, being completely decayed like we, usually see them. And somehow she, even though there was the Walker genocide during, basically, a few hours after that, somehow she made it out, which is a bit of a continuity error to me. And my phone locked. So then Spencer explains that he's been tracking her, this is the reason why he's been going on walks, and he stabs her in the head and puts her down. And he digs a grave along with Michonne, and he's like, oh, my family's dead, but Michonne's like, no, we're your spiritual family now, and stupid shit. So, and also Jesus had gotten knocked unconscious at some point, and he was unconscious the entire way home. And they tied him up anyway. And it's kind of funny, the wiki doesn't mention this, but Rick is sort of specifically braking and turning and accelerating so that Jesus' head would fall on Daryl, but it's kind of funny. So they get home, and they're like, yeah, let's keep bringing people into the community. Daryl now switches his belief and tells Rick that he was right, and Rick says, no, Daryl was right, they shouldn't. So they bring Jesus to the infirmary so Denise can check him out, hopefully give him some pop. They drink a lot of it for BM purposes, and break cans of it, to try to measure their e-penises with Jesus. I don't know if there's any left by the time they get back. So they leave water and a note next to Jesus, still unconscious. And he's left tied up. So Rick gets back home with Michonne, and tells her Daryl is guarding Jesus, and he gives her toothpaste, or no, it was mints. Sorry, excuse me, say in lieu of toothpaste from the vending machine, and then they make out, and then fortunately they cut to black before the sex scene happens, but then you get to see afterward where they're just covered with a sheet. And they're sleeping, and then they hear a voice say, "Rick, wake up!" And then they both leap up and grab their weapons, and Jesus is there with his ankle, or his wrist still bound, but, his feet are obviously free, and Jesus is like, "We should talk." Cut to credits. And we'll find out what happens next in the next episode, I suppose. So Jesus is going to be a major character, I guess, which I didn't see at the beginning of the episode. I expected him to be dead by the end of the episode, or for him to run off to Negan, but apparently he's not Negan's, or maybe he is. We still technically don't know. But anyway, that's that for that. I guess I'm Dash, and I'm out.